Welcome to our deep dive into prepping for 2025 career-wise.
Career-wise.
We're taking a super interesting approach.
Yeah.
Using neurobusiness expert Marynês Pereira's recommendations as our guide. You might be thinking neurobusiness. What is that?
Well, it's basically using brain science to understand how we make decisions, which is super relevant to leadership and career moves.
Yeah, especially when you consider all the changes happening so rapidly.
Right, exactly.
And Pereira has over 40 years of experience in this field, so these aren't just random suggestions. They're really informed by serious expertise.
Absolutely.
Our article, As Mahos Duano,
Yes.
is this really interesting mix of leadership lessons and surprisingly some fun sci-fi picks, too.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that.
No, not at all.
But she brings it all together.
First up, Pereira dives into films that can spark strategic thinking.
Okay.
Now, I wouldn't normally associate Oppenheimer with career advice, but
I know, right?
here we are.
It's not your typical business movie.
Not at all.
But that's what's so fascinating about it.
Yeah.
What's so interesting is how Oppenheimer's story highlights the complexities of decision-making.
Yeah.
Even when you're incredibly intelligent.
Yeah, like this is a brilliant guy.
Oh, absolutely a genius.
But he still had to navigate ethical dilemmas and unforeseen consequences.
Right, things that all leaders face.
For sure. It really makes you think about the weight of your decisions, especially when innovation or disruption is involved. Like, are we considering the potential downsides as carefully as the benefits?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
You know.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of something new.
For sure.
But we can't just chase the shiny new thing without thinking about the ripple effects.
Absolutely.
Pereira's point is that's a crucial leadership lesson. Whether you're developing a product, managing a team, or even just deciding which project to prioritize.
Right.
All of those decisions have consequences.
Okay, next, Pereira recommends Her.
Oh, this one's interesting.
Right. A movie about a man falling in love with his AI assistant.
Yeah.
I know this sounds like a wild leap from nuclear physics, but
It does.
But bear with me.
Okay. I'm curious.
It's actually more connected than you might think.
Okay.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, the lines between human connection and technology get blurrier.
Right. It's like they're merging in a way.
Totally.
And Hiroi is almost like a cautionary tale.
Okay.
About what happens when we lose sight of genuine human interaction.
Yeah. Especially with remote work on the rise.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's so easy to get caught up in emails and video calls that we forget to nurture those real connections with colleagues.
Pereira really emphasizes that in her article, strong relationships are the foundation of any successful team or organization.
It's easy to lose sight of that when we're all just staring at screens.
It is. It really is. And her reminds us that we need to be intentional about fostering those real relationships, even in a digital world.
Even in a digital world, for sure.
It's a challenge, but it's one we need to be aware of.
Okay, let's shift gears to Pereira's series recommendations. Specifically, those that expand our horizons and future vision.
I like that future vision.
So kicks things off with Black Mirror.
Oh, Black Mirror, that's a good one.
Right.
It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah, and it's a masterclass in what-if thinking.
Yeah, for sure. Each episode is like a little thought experiment.
Yeah.
It throws us into a potential future shaped by technology. And some of those scenarios are honestly, unsettlingly realistic.
Yeah, it definitely makes you pause and think.
Right.
Are we heading down this path? Is this the future we want?
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly why Pereira recommends it.
Okay.
It pushes us beyond just blindly accepting progress.
Yeah.
And encourages us to question technology's impact on our lives and our work.
Right. Like to be critical about it.
Exactly. Black Mirror asks us to be active participants in shaping the future.
Yeah.
Not passive bystanders.
Not just letting it happen to us.
All right, we have a choice.
Then we have Upload.
Upload. Oh, I love this one.
It's a fun one.
It's so clever.
It's a series that explores the idea of uploading your consciousness to a digital afterlife.
Right. Like, what if death wasn't the end?
What if you could just keep living in a virtual world?
Yeah. And it's not just about the afterlife aspect.
Right.
It raises all these really important questions about digital identity, privacy, and even the nature of work in a world where death isn't the end.
That's a good point. Like, if you could theoretically work forever, would you even want to?
Right. What would be the point?
Or would it change the types of jobs that we do?
Yeah. It's fascinating to think about how this could reshape our ideas of careers and purpose.
Totally. Imagine working in a virtual world, free from physical limitations.
It's both exciting and a little scary.
Yeah, definitely challenges our assumptions about the future of work.
For sure.
It also makes you think, if we can exist digitally,
Yeah.
what ethical considerations do we need to prioritize as AI evolves?
That's a big one.
We're basically talking about the future of humanity here.
We are. It's a lot to consider.
Yeah, but it's exciting stuff too.
Yeah, it really makes you think, like, what are the boundaries?
Right, where do we draw the line?
It's a whole new frontier, and Upload does a great job of using humor to explore those potential pitfalls and possibilities.
Yeah.
You know, Pereira's point is, we need to start thinking about these things now.
Yeah.
Before the technology kind of overtakes us.
Right, before it's too late.
Exactly. We need to be proactive.
Okay, well, Pereira also has a stack of book recommendations for us.
Okay, let's hear it.
She kicks things off with not one, but 2 books by AI expert Kai-Fu Lee.
Wow.
AI Superpowers and Artificial Intelligence.
2 books on AI.
It's like she's saying, pay attention to AI, people. This is important.
Yeah, she's not messing around.
And she's right. Lee's books really hammer home the impact AI will have on the job market.
Yeah, he doesn't sugarcoat it.
No.
Some jobs will definitely disappear.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
But he also highlights the new opportunities that will emerge.
Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom.
No, definitely not.
There's hope.
There's always hope.
Okay.
Lee's point is that we need to be proactive.
Yeah.
We need to start thinking now about how AI will change our specific fields.
Okay.
What skills will we need to stay relevant?
Right, to stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And his books offer some great examples to get you thinking about that.
Okay, so we need to be ready for AI's impact. What else does Pereira recommend?
Let's see what else she's got.
Next up is Humanocracy by Gary Hamel.
Humanocracy.
Okay. This book argues that even in a tech-driven world, human-centered leadership is more important than ever.
Okay, I like that human-centered leadership.
Yeah, it's all about putting people first.
Yeah, even with all the technology.
Exactly.
It's still people who make things happen.
Right.
And Hamel makes a really compelling case for a more humane approach to management.
Yeah, he's all about empowering employees, fostering collaboration, and building organizations that are purpose-driven, not just profit-driven.
I love that purpose-driven. That's so important.
It is. It's like a reminder that we need to create work environments where people feel valued and motivated.
Yeah.
Not just cogs in a machine.
Exactly. And this goes beyond just being nice.
Right.
Hamel argues that human-centered leadership is essential for innovation and adaptability. The very things we need to thrive in a rapidly changing world.
Yeah, we need to be able to adapt and evolve.
Absolutely.
Okay, Pereira then throws us a curveball with The Future is Faster Than You Think by Peter Diamandis.
Oh, wow. That title alone makes me feel like I need to step up my game.
Me too. It's a bit intimidating.
But exciting at the same time.
Yeah, Diamandis doesn't hold back. He takes us on a whirlwind tour of emerging technologies.
Okay, buckle up.
Right, and he paints a vivid picture of how they'll impact everything.
Wow. So it's like a glimpse into the future.
Yeah, and the core message is clear: adapt or be left behind.
Adapt or be left behind.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we adapt? What skills should we be focusing on?
Well, Diamandis really emphasizes continuous learning.
Continuous learning, okay.
We need to be curious, flexible, and willing to embrace new ways of thinking.
Yeah, like being open to change.
Exactly. The future belongs to those who are constantly learning and evolving.
Okay, so even if we don't know exactly what the future holds, we can prepare ourselves by developing those adaptable skills.
Precisely. Pereira's picks all point toward the importance of being agile and future-proof.
Future-proof, I like that.
Okay, brace yourself, because Pereira's next recommendation takes us deep into the realm of mind-blowing concepts.
Okay, now ready, hit me.
The Singularity is near by Ray Kurzweil.
Oh, Kurzweil, that's a big one.
Yeah, this book tackles the idea of the singularity.
The singularity right when artificial intelligence surpasses human intelligence.
Exactly. Can be a bit daunting to think about.
Yeah, it kind of is.
But Kurzweil encourages us to approach it with open minds.
Okay.
And to consider the potential implications.
Yeah, so not to be afraid of it, but to really engage with it.
Right. It definitely makes you think about the long-term implications of AI and how it could reshape society as a whole.
Yeah, it raises questions about what it means to be human in a world where machines might be smarter than us.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Right, like what makes us unique?
It's a big question.
It is, and it's one we need to start grappling with now.
Okay, so it's not about fearing the future, but engaging with these big questions thoughtfully.
Right. We need to consider the ethical considerations.
Yeah.
And make sure we're steering technological development in a direction that benefits humanity.
That benefits all of us, not just a select few.
Exactly.
Okay, and last but not least, we have The Inevitable by Kevin Kelly.
The Inevitable. Okay, I'm intrigued.
This book offers a roadmap of the 12 technological forces shaping our world.
12. Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
It is. But Kelly argues that instead of resisting these forces, we need to understand them and adapt to them.
Adapt, not resist. That's interesting.
Yeah. He sees technology as an inevitable part of our evolution and encourages us to look for the opportunities it creates.
Okay, so it's about being proactive, not reactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kelly wants us to be active participants in shaping the future, not passive observers.
I like that, being active participants. That's empowering.
It is. It's like we have a choice.
Yeah.
We're not just along for the ride.
Right. We can actually steer the ship.
And Kelly challenges us to think about which of these inevitable forces will have the biggest impact on our lives.
Yeah.
And our work.
Right.
And how we can leverage those changes to our advantage.
Okay, so it's about recognizing the trends.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to ride the wave.
Exactly. To use them to our benefit.
Instead of being crushed by them.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like he's giving us this toolkit for navigating the future.
A roadmap.
He's not saying it'll be easy.
No.
But he is saying that we can be prepared.
Yeah, we can be ready for it.
And that's really the common thread running through all of Pereira's recommendations.
Yeah.
This idea of being prepared.
Being adaptable.
And being intentional about the future that we want to create.
Yeah, it's not just about letting the future happen to us.
Right.
It's about actively shaping it.
Yeah, she's curated this amazing collection of resources that can help us think differently about our careers.
About technology.
And even what it means to be human.
In this rapidly changing world.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how these films, shows, and books, all from different genres and perspectives, come together to paint this picture of what we need to thrive.
In 2025 and beyond.
Yeah, it's like Pereira's created a roadmap.
A roadmap.
Not just for professional success.
Right.
But for navigating the complexities of the future, period.
The future of everything.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm curious what resonated with you the most.
Oh, that's a good question.
Was there a particular recommendation that sparked your imagination or challenged your assumptions?
You know, for me, it's the emphasis on human connection.
Yeah.
Even in a world that's increasingly dominated by technology. It's a reminder that no matter how advanced AI becomes, human skills, like empathy,
creativity,
collaboration,
these are all still going to be essential.
Those are the things that make us human.
And I love how Pereira encourages us to be active participants in shaping the future.
Yes.
Not passive bystanders.
It's empowering.
It is. It's like we have a say in what the future looks like.
Absolutely. And thinking back on all these recommendations, one question that really sticks with me is, if we can upload our consciousness to a digital world as Upload explores, what happens to the concept of a career?
Whoa.
Does it even make sense in a world where our digital selves could potentially exist indefinitely?
That's a big one.
It is. It makes you think about the very nature of work.
And purpose.
In a whole new way.
Upload without death.
Exactly. It challenges us to think beyond traditional notions of careers and to consider what truly gives our lives meaning.
And fulfillment.
Even in a digital realm.
This has been such a thought-provoking deep dive.
It has.
Pereira's recommendations have given us so much to consider.
So much.
Not just about the future of work, but about the future of humanity itself.
It's all connected.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have a role to play
in shaping what's to come.
So to all of you listening,
we encourage you to explore Pereira's full article
and dive into these film series and books.
You might be surprised by what you discover
about yourselves, about the world, and about the future you want to create.
It's a journey worth taking.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep those minds open
and keep exploring.